Hi, my name is Kim, and I am surviving breast cancer. On my 45th birthday, I received a call from my doctor who told me that my mammogram resulted in invasive ductal carcinoma, breast cancer. I had no clue what that meant. I knew it wasn't good because my doctor that I had since I was 14 seemed a little nervous. He was apologetic even before he told me what I had. And from that point on, my survivor story is somewhat of a Murphy's Law story. From the onset of the discovery of breast cancer, and the reason that I went to get a mammogram prior to my regularly scheduled mammogram that I'd been getting every year, which is one of the reasons why I'm surviving now, I would turn over because I sleep on my stomach, and that heavy sleep that we get, every time I turn over on my stomach, I would be awakened by a sharp pain in my left breast. And it went on and on for about 3 or 4 months before I finally made a doctor's appointment and told my doctor that I didn't think that it was normal. My doctor then ordered a mammogram on the spot and resulted in the breast cancer. From the onset of my treatment plan, I was told I was going to have a lumpectomy, that it was routine, and that I would be okay. It was discovered in stage 1. 6 weeks later, at the time of surgery, it was already a stage 2. I was diagnosed with HER2 positive, which is an aggressive form of breast cancer. So they told me the surgery would be routine and that, it was an in and out procedure and I would be done with it. Prior to this whole breast cancer thing, I had never really even had a cold, and I was 45. So this was a big deal. It wasn't hereditary. No one in my family has ever had cancer. My parents are extremely healthy. So day of surgery, I'm a faith-based person. That's how I get through this life of mine. I have to believe in God and the greater good. And during this process, as I was going into surgery, I prayed that everything would be okay. I even, as they were wheeling me into the surgery room, I saw one of the deacons from my church. I didn't know he was a nurse there, so I felt like that was a good sign. At the time of surgery, they asked a bunch of questions. They went into the area that they had already opened to remove a little bit of the sample of the cancer tumor. And they placed a titanium line so that they knew exactly where to go to get the spot that they needed to get. During my surgery, was discovered that I have shallow breathing, and I had to be intubated. And I woke up from surgery choking on the tube that they had placed down my throat, which was terrifying. So that experience is just something I continue to think about to this day. But got through it, and I was in recovery. They were going to keep me another day because of the shallow breathing and because of the intubation. And they gave me a shot of morphine in my IV for pain. I was very groggy at the time and didn't really know what to expect and how soon I was going to be able to wake up, but I knew I couldn't keep my eyes open. I felt a burning sensation, and I looked down at my arm, and my arm was swollen like that movie, The Nutty Professor. And I tried to call the nurses, and I'm calling the nurses, and one of the nurses comes in, and I remember hearing, because I was still really under, that she's allergic to morphine. Call the doctor. And they all rushed in, and they were giving me Benadryl, but I couldn't really move. And this is all before my chemo and radiation treatments. So this is why I call the story the Murphy's Law story. It started this way, And as of today, I'm still dealing with side effects from all of my treatment. I'm surviving, and I can tell anybody, it doesn't matter. I'm still surviving, but it's been a lot.